teams going into our second round of 4 total games. Once again, it is 4 total games, not a best of 4. We're going to see who comes out on top. Kickoff that goes dead even to start off with. Like I said, I'm excited to see what these teams can end up bringing. This is a little bit lower gameplay. So like before, Yesper had stated last game that he was expecting. He likes to see Gamma League players be able to hit flip resets. And unfortunately, we're not going to see that much of that going on. We might see something like that happen a little bit more often, and Smooth gets a good cleanup. VanillaFoam, I think, really messed up. Or maybe there was a calculated backflip, but Mellow just couldn't get the catch right and set it up that Smooth was able to capitalize on and gives the Fury their first goal of the game. Yeah, now with this, like I said, Smooth is a ones main that I know of. Now I don't know to the extent of how well he plays the ones game, what his max or peak MMR was. Good bump, by the way, by mrpizza, trying to set up the Dragons' offensive opportunity. But I think Mellow just kind of tried to play more of the defensive play. And the Fury defense needs to be as solid as can be, because I feel like the Dragons can end up going off at any moment in time. And you really don't want to allow them to break that seal to start scoring all those goals. So we want to see that brick wall coming across. Good demo by the Fury defense to not allow anything more bumps or demos to come out of that offensive push by the Dragons. Little Lobster almost made it across, hit post, came across, miscommunication in front of the Dragons' goal. Doesn't allow the Fury to end up capitalizing. And the Dragons end up trying to get it clear, but cannot manage to get it out. But now they do. Mellow grabs a corner boost, is going to play the possession, while Smooth plays a little more defensive on that. Smart play by the Fury. Dragons, I feel like, are now feeling the pressure. They're trying to get the ball out as fast as possible and not maintaining as much control. And it's given the Fury good opportunities. And likely, Yesper said last series, you want to keep creating as much offensive pressure as you can, because it'll cause the defense to collapse, and it will eventually result in a fortunate miss by the Fury to try to set up something. Now the Dragons are trying to get their offensive push. Weird bounce, but Mellow's already up for it. A little miscommunication because Pizza went up a little bit later when Mellow was already flying. And it seems like the Dragons need to get their a little bit earlier comms going as to knowing what they want. And at this level, it's weird to say, but it's expected here and there. But also, like last game, our last series, anything can happen, and it might be just a slow start, because this might be maybe one of their first games playing against first games together playing in this just yet. Smooth gets a good 50, stops Mellow from trying to score. Pizza gets a good clear offensive opportunity by the Dragons. Couldn't get the corner touch the way he wanted, and Mellow ends up sending it off a little wide. Well, VanillaFoam's trying to stall a little bit of time, allowing his teammate to get some boost. Mellow with a hard clear towards goal. No touch from the Fury defense until Vanilla comes over and gets it just before Mellow gets an extra touch. Yeah, with something like this, you're kind of hoping for a lot of opportunity. A double commit by Fury might turn into a good offensive push by the Dragons. Mellow with the fake on one. Vanilla says no, sends it all the way to the opposite side. Almost in, a bar out. What a lucky draw right there by the Dragons. Getting the post on their side. And then double commit actually by Fury yet again. Pizza ends up getting a good bump on him. But no turnout came for the offense of the Dragons. I feel like the Dragons need to get a little bit more possession play and try to get a little bit more pass plays. I'm very adamant. If you haven't watched me cast, I'm normally a person that's very much for pass. And I would like to see more pass plays come out as much as possible, especially at the Omega League rank. because it ends up just being so much, first, a little bit faster paced play, and also gives a little bit more, I guess you could say, insanity that gets brought to the game. And a good lift by Mr. Pizza gets it over the defense of the Fury to tie the game up with 18 seconds left. $50-mile-an-hour lift, just enough over the first defender. Second defender couldn't get there. Ties it up, and we might see overtime on the horizon. 10 seconds left. Fury have the offensive push, but do they have enough to try to end it in regulation? 6 seconds. A miscommunication by the Fury may turn into the Dragons' offensive opportunity. A pinch that ends up sending it weird. And unfortunately, comes down awkward, and it ends up going into our first overtime of the night. Mr. Pizza went for the ceiling shot, but got deflected actually by Smooth just before. Little lob in front of goal gives a Fury offensive opportunity. Awkward play by Vanilla. Couldn't end up getting it center for his teammate and couldn't capitalize on the breakaway. Got a little floater coming down. Mr. Pizza sends it away. Like I said, with this, I feel like this is going to be a very high shot on goal game in general. So far, we have 8 shots on goal by the Fury and only 5 by the Dragons. And as I say that, I'm looking at the stats, and Mr. Pizza capitalizes on a little bit of a awkward play by the Fury defense. And the Dragons come out on top 2-1 the first game of the 4-game series. Some good sportsmanship coming up in the corner. Everybody saying GG's, well played. I always love to see that. I see Tiger says, need Pizza to lose. Don't understand. Why do you need Pizza to lose? So with that being said, there was 5 total saves for the Dragons at an 8 total shot. So that means a few were offline because the Fury ended up having only 1 goal capitalized on. And then the Dragons had 5 shots on goal. Dragons have 5 shots on goal and 3 saves for the Fury. So I feel like the Fury need to try to get a little bit more. If they're getting the shots on goal and Dragons are getting the saves, I feel like they need to create more opportunities by trying to create those double touch passes or passes off the wall, or try to get something going where they can generate their own offensive opportunities just in case. But Dragons winning the first game 2-1, going into the second game. It was a close game for the first one. I think this is still going to be a close series. Oh, I see Tiger. He's your old teammate, and you have a little rivalry going. Tigers, I'm glad you had to clarify that just in case. Definitely, it's all love, you know. But we're going into game number 2. Dragons, Fury. Dragons won 2-1 first game. Let's see who comes out on top in the second game. It was a nice close game. High shots on goal from both teams. Let's see if the Fury can bring it up. But Mellow just starts off strong with a kickoff goal flick into the corner. Good play. That's where the cheating up really comes into a benefit at the higher ranks. And this is going to be a little awkward. I'm sorry for the stream, guys. Yesper ended up, I believe, stepping away, so it's going to be awkwardly on the spectating screen for a second. I'm so sorry about that. what a save by the Dragons. VanillaFoam is up, gets a tuck in just barely enough into the goal. No, not lead match. Not lead match. There. What is going on? Beautiful shot by Fury. There we go. Thank you. Beautiful shot by the Fury. Capitalized with less than just under 30 seconds into the game. 1 goal scored by both teams. Smooth, I think, tried to get the flip reset. Couldn't get it over to his teammate. Mr. Pizza getting a hard pressure the other way. And definitely creating an opportunity for the Dragons. Smooth stopping it. What a stop by Smooth. Let's see if the Fury can capitalize. He's by himself. And Pizza deflects it, grabs the corner. Can he get there fast enough? Vanilla just stuffs him, is trying to keep it in this Dragon's end, trying to create all that pressure. And that pressure may turn the other way because Mellow tried to put it on goal, but was a little bit too slow for it to be a shot. Now with stuff like this, I mean, I like to see exactly what's happening. It's kind of like it's an offensive push, and then I hate to say it, but it's an awkward positioning. Smooth misses an unfortunate open net that Fury, I feel like, really needed to try to get their benefit here. Flip reset by Smooth, but doesn't end up using it. I think he ran out of boost, couldn't get enough oomph on it. And the Dragons are just feeling the pressure yet again, just like last game. They could not end up getting anything more. VanillaFoam with a good demo of the goalie, but Smooth was a little too far back, couldn't immediately capitalize, but he is still up. And Mellow gets a clear, has just enough boost to get underneath it, but Vanilla says no. But the Dragons are still trying to keep the pressure, and Vanilla is just making sure that the Dragons remember to be honest, overcommit. Smooth goes all the way back to the mid boost, gives enough time for the Dragons to end up getting boost, and gives enough time for everybody to get boost, and gives a little reset. Fury tries to keep it into the middle. Mr. Pizza doesn't have much boost, but still sticking with it, tries to get it over to Mellow. Mellow is bailing back a little bit, trying to get a little bit of a turn to try to get a power hit. Couldn't get enough. A double demo comes out of the corner, and Vanilla couldn't get it around Mellow. And unfortunately, yet again, the Fury could not capitalize on it. You hate to see it, but at the same time, it happens to the best of us in Rocket League. You have the smallest bit of a gap. It is a hard shot to take. Vanilla gets a little bit of a whiff. Didn't get up fast enough. Mr. Pizza sends it over to Mellow, and Mellow capitalizes to give the Dragons a 2-1 lead of Game 2. Great shot, great capitalization. Unfortunate that the Fury couldn't get the second goal first, but Smooth, I think, tried to take that corner boost, and Mellow just ended up taking it just before. Floating in the midfield line, Mr. Pizza came up but was chased down, so couldn't get an accurate touch. He's just trying to make the Fury defense awkward as hell. And Smooth gets a little touch, but Mellow just dunks him out of the way. I want to see the Fury try to build some more opportunities. There has only been a total of 6 shots on goal, 2 of them by the Dragon, and both of those shots on goal have been goals by Mellow. And the Fury have 4 total shots on goal, with the 1 goal being scored by Vanilla. Looks like it's going to be an awkward bounce. Mr. Pizza is up, and so is VanillaFoam. That mid boost got taken. Mr. Pizza's awkward on defense. Mellow ends up deflecting it just enough. Gets demoed, and Smooth is up in the air trying to keep the offensive pressure and present for the Fury. Good touch by Vanilla. Just couldn't get it center. Smooth is sitting back. Looks like a little back pass. A beautiful back pass for the Fury to try to capitalize on. It was just wide. Oh, you hate to see that yet again. Flying in, Smooth from the sidewall. Couldn't get it. Maybe it was an intentional fake. Sent off to the side. Vanilla couldn't capitalize on it either. Mellow goes up, sends it all the way to the Fury side, and now it's just a clear battle. Let's see who gets the clear goal is really what the big thing is right now. VanillaFoam snakes it into the corner. What an angle. just around Mellow and could not. Mellow just couldn't get there. Vanilla gets just of a right corner hit. Didn't even hit post, but still was upper 90. Beautiful shot. And nice job for the Fury to tie it up. It's funny because last game it was tied up at 18 seconds. This game it was tied up at 19 seconds. You love to see that. Love to see those close games. Hard cleared. Might be just barely in. It is not. It is barred down away. And the Fury have an offensive push. Smooth gives a little lob. Tries to give it off as something for the offense. And gets shot down to go into our second consecutive overtime. Opportunity coming from kickoff for the Fury, but Smooth just couldn't get it down to his teammate, and Mr. Pizza tries to get a clear from it, and it goes all the way back over to Mellow. Mellow couldn't get it around Vanilla, and it looks like another opportunity for the Fury. Can he capitalize on it? He does. From the corner, VanillaFoam snipes the right side of the goal, capitalizes on the unfortunate Dragon mistake, and the Fury pull out game 2, winning 3-2. Tiger, I mean, you know, I really don't want to try to do the pineapple the pineapple on pizza aspect. Like, come on, man. Definitely good game so far. Right now, Fury ended up actually getting 8 shots total on goal, 6 by VanillaFoam with a hat trick for Vanilla. Kind of weird because there was a total of 11 shots on goal, but only 1 save documented through Rocket League in that whole series, or that whole game. That's yeah, exactly what VanillaFoam, he just said in chat, close as heck. And that's exactly what I love to see. I mean, you have the SR for Vanilla coming out with a 5 when the Dragons ended up having a 5 combined. Great to see that the Fury ended up coming out with that. And we're going to be going into game 3. I hope Yesper's here so he can end up going into a spectate just in case. Razmik, you're a little excited there, bud. Who puts jalapenos on pizza? Come on, man. A little bit of friendly banter in the chat going on. I'm excited to see what happens. It's a goal differential technically of 0 right now. It's a mini reset. Going to look at the stats before. I saw that going into the stats. The goal differential for Fury was -9, and the goal differential for the Dragons was -2. So this is starting off pretty strong as is, and I'm always trying to see what can happen because one game can change it, and a little bit of friendly toxicity, I guess you can say. Mr. Pizza gets a good demo, creates an opportunity for the Dragons. Mellow decides not to go up with it, which I think was a smarter play because Mr. Pizza was going to try to get there after the touch. Came from Smooth on the backboard. Fury, I feel like, want to try to get the first goal yet again because when they get the first goal, they end up winning the game. When the Dragons get the first goal, they end up winning the game. Right now, series still 1-1, 0 goal differential because they were both overtime wins. I think actually Vanilla just barely ran out of boost. Mr. Pizza tries to get a hard clear, but a little bit of a double commit coming in. Pizza doesn't have much boost to work with. VanillaFoam's on the backboard trying to get the clear. He does right around Mellow. Creates a 2v1 opportunity. A little bit of a double commit once again over in the side. VanillaFoam goes for the ground pinch. Just barely ends up getting the save by Mr. Pizza. And what a save by that one right there. Beautiful play. It was a smart play, honestly, for Vanilla to go for. I think he wanted to try to get the flip reset, but he just still went for the pinch anyways. Smooth comes off the backboard, gets it over to his teammate, but his teammate doesn't get the touch. Mr. Pizza has 40 boosts to work with, trying to get it on goal, gets it over. Mellow's coming in, but Vanilla gets the clear just beforehand. I heard a demo come over on the opposite side, so it is a 1v1 opportunity for a split second.
What a flick.
And unfortunately, Fury once again could not capitalize, but Smooth is right there, snipes to the corner, and ends up nailing the goal for the first goal of the third game. What a play. I think Smooth was 0 boost all the way on that and gets it just enough on Mr. Pizza. Mr. Pizza couldn't get back to end up getting.
I'm a little tired to the party, but looks like we got a good series going on right now.
First game went to the Dragons, winning 2-1 in overtime. Second game went to the Fury, winning 3-2 in overtime.
Man,
third game right now going on. 3 minutes left, 1-0. Fury are definitely showing their true colors. They were ahead most of the game. Game got tied in game 1 at 18 seconds. Game got tied in game 2 at 19 seconds. So, very close games between the two teams. I love to be able to see this. You can't get any better Rocket League than this. I personally love getting games like this. It doesn't tilt anyone. It doesn't hurt anyone. It makes everyone feel more enjoying of the game to have close games like this. A little touch ends up being stopped by Mellow right into the dead center, and Vanilla tried to capitalize, but got it off to the side.
I mean, close games like this, you really get better as a player. I mean, it helps you figure out what you're doing wrong and what works. I mean, you can't really learn much from easy games. Unless, you know, you're the losing team. You can always learn from a loss. It's an exciting gameplay, though. I'm upset that I missed, of course, double overtime, last second ties.
Of course. That's how it always goes, right?
Oh, yeah.
And a little shot from the sidewall. Smooth ends up getting stopped by the Dragons defense. Mellow gets the stop to try to push it into the Fury offense, or Fury defense. And the Fury just send it away so fast. Mellow didn't have any boost to work with. And a shot comes over, just over, and Smooth claims the goal for the 2-0 lead. Pizza went up, but just couldn't get up fast enough. And Smooth just got just enough to get it. And thank you for pointing out that I said snapes. I had Yesper came back out of nowhere, and I was just on that fast run, and I was just up. Yep, snape. He snaped the corner.
Oh, sure. Blame the Yesper. I see how it is.
Of course. I mean, that's how it always goes, right? That's Rocket League. You got to blame someone.
It's Rocket League. You got to blame Yesper, as my teammates in comp like to say. No.
But Fury with a 2-0 lead. Just over a minute left. Anything could happen. A good center for Mr. Pizza. Gets the 50, but Smooth was positioned perfectly coming across the goal to stop that offensive opportunity. Smooth looks like he's going for a demo. Ends up sending Mellow off to the side, and the Fury get the third goal of the game. 2 assists given to Smooth so far this game, but that one, Vanilla did it by himself, except for Smooth's bump that sent Mellow flying. He got the undocumented assist. Yes, what a snake. Get hate on me all you want, Redwater. That's fine.
Unfortunately, I think I was the Dragons' bad luck charm. They seem to be doing well right up until the point I came back.
Sure, blame it on Yesper.
Yeah, sure. It's gonna be a meme. Everybody in the stream's gonna be like, "Oh, fucking Yesper's fault." God, some people.
Dragons definitely need to try to get something, and I heard a demo. I did not see who it was, unfortunately. It looked like it might have been Mr. Pizza that got demoed by Smooth. Smooth is definitely trying to create those offensive opportunities, and it's definitely working for the Fury offense. Creating offensive opportunities, speaking of which, a little bit sent too far by Mr. Pizza for Mellow. But I feel like we got to have Dragons can capitalize on one goal here. They're going to have a lot of momentum to go into game 4. But it's a little bit too much to add.
Boy, I did there.
You said I did?
No, I did.
Oh.
I think I lagged the stream as well.
Um, yes, it did a little bit on the stream. Saw that. But it's okay. Razmik, hats off to your team so far. They're up 2-1 in the series. Let's see if they can claim that 3-1, or if the Dragons are going to keep it close like they did the first 2 games, create those opportunities. Look at those saves. 7 total saves by the Dragons on 12 total shots on goal. And the Dragons only had 3 shots on goal, and all 3 shots were documented as saves. So the Dragons just need to create their they need to try to create more offensive opportunities by getting more shots on goal. Like I said, the Fury were keeping it in the Dragons' end most of the time, and it definitely paid off in that respect, and Fury go up 2-1 in the series.
Well, it's up to the Dragons to see whether or not they want to come back this game. It's really not a loss either way. I mean, they've taken a game already, but they could tie it up, make it even for both sides. At least get that win-loss ratio a little higher for them.
Exactly. I mean, with that, Fury ended up actually going up technically the 3-goal differential in their benefit now. So we'll see what happens now. Like I said, if the Dragons can't end up getting the control of the ball the way that they should be, it kind of seemed like they were just throwing the ball away and trying to just get clears because the Fury were keeping that offensive pressure constantly on the Dragons. If the Dragons can't keep that control, I feel like the Fury are just going to keep shoving it down the Dragons' throats and just make sure bringing it to them. And as of right now, Razmik, I know you're in the chat right now, but I feel like that it's showing right now. Smooth was a great first pick so far. Being number 1 overall, new to the league and everything, just comes out of nowhere. Playing great so far. So if this Fury keeps up, that's obviously a great play. VanillaFoam goes up for the double, but ends up getting a little bit of a misread, maybe a fake to Mellow. I don't even know what that exactly was. If it was a fake or if it was just unfortunate whiff. But once again, unfortunate Dragons can't clear it out. Now they finally get a clear, but Vanilla is there to keep the pressure up. It's just a battle to see who's going to keep the offensive pressure more. And right now, the Fury have still kept that. And as I say that, it's like a perfect center for the Dragons. Mr. Pizza couldn't get the pinch. He was running low on boost. It is a 2v1 opportunity. Oh, Smooth came in a little bit late. Sent a little bit high because Mr. Pizza tried to make him once again. This crossbar is helping out the Dragons so much right now. Mr. Pizza gets a clear over, but unfortunately, no one in the area. I think they're just trying to get a little reset because they're kind of getting stuck on the defensive end constantly. Mellow wanted to grab that corner, but unfortunately didn't. Gets the hard clear, but it gets sent right back by the Fury defense. Just a lot of clear balls right now. 2 minutes in, the 5 total shots on goal so far. It's a pretty even game, but I feel like it's leaning more towards the Fury right now. Mellow with the turn, a little bit too much, and ends up sending it a little wide. Let's see if the Dragons can try to capitalize on this. What do you think is going to happen this game? I mean, came in a little later, but any speculation at all?
I think the Fury have some solid gameplay going on, but the Dragons want this game. I mean, they've kept it on the Fury's half most of the game already. I don't know if they're going to be able to capitalize on that, but it looks like they're at least putting more pressure on than what they did last game.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely am seeing a lot more pressure coming from it, which is fantastic. I'm just kind of worried that something like that might happen to the defense of the Dragons.
Something like that right there.
Hey, I mean, that's literally all it takes. A little bit of an awkward pass coming from VanillaFoam. That side catch that Smooth sends right past Mellow. I think he didn't expect it coming that fast. Ends up getting this Snape. Yes, he got the Snape in the corner. There you go, Red. Hate on me all you want. First goal in game 4, just over 2 minutes left when they scored. This is, I mean, once again, the last couple games, the first 2 games, it was last 19 and 18 seconds for the game-tying goal being scored. Smooth tried to go for the demo, but couldn't catch up fast enough to Mellow. And Mellow actually gets just enough of a touch to get the save and a hard clear. It actually gets an awkward center, but sends it around his own teammate. Very unfortunate. But Mellow ends up saying, you know, just because I messed up on that offensive push doesn't mean I'm messing up on defense. Sends it just enough. Gets around VanillaFoam. And just missed the double touch. So close.
Some missed opportunities here by the Dragons. They've had the opportunities, but they keep leaving that goal wide open for the Fury to just bang a snipe across the map and just put it in, easy shots. I mean,
yeah, both are just easy clears, and that's just the unfortunate part of that boost starvation / boost management is really what comes into at that point. I know that we talked about Gamma League before. Gamma League ends up being basically right at the level of Grand Champion, GC, and higher. Awkward touch, or attempted touch. And as I'm talking about, like, trying to be at GC, you know, not even really mechanics, but just boost management and everything, and just awkward play. You wouldn't see something like that much in Gamma or Alpha League, but in Omega League, it happens. It's that little bit of pressure of, oh, geez, I got to get the ball, and awkwardly hit the teammate. Yeah, and right. Dragons end up being on the receiving end of that goal.
Right there, you just got to make sure your teammate knows, hey, I got this. Let me handle this. That way, that kind of situation doesn't happen. It even happens occasionally in the higher ranks, but you definitely see it more in the Omega League, like you said. I mean, you just got to tell your teammate where you're at, or else, just like you said, it's just pressure. The ball is on the goal line. Oh, I got to save this right now. And then you're going to run into your teammate.
I mean, like we had before, it was 18 seconds the first game, 19 seconds the second game. Within the last couple seconds, Dragons need to get this down the field, get the offensive pressure to try to create this opportunity for the 0 second, possibly. Seeing it. It's up the wall. No, it is not. And the Fury end up coming out with a 3-1 in the series. VanillaFoam requesting a rematch, but unfortunately, you got a few so far. So, congratulations to the Fury coming out 3-1. End up getting a +4 goal differential on that one. Great job by the Fury. Definitely was a little bit more unexpected, just because we kind of expected a little bit more of the Dragons. But you know, as I said before, with what the Titans wanted to say last series, and I mean the Fury and Dragons. You see what their Dragons were number 5 and the Fury were number 12. So with the Fury being number 12, once again, they're trying to say just as much of, hey, just because we're number 12, don't mean we're not able to play. So definitely came out to play. Phenomenal game to play. Excited to see. I'm excited to see what the rest of the season holds. Great games by both teams. Fury